Hi, girls and boys. So let's study about vitamin D, a very important vitamin for our body. So let's learn how it is formed. When your skin is exposed to sunlight, it makes vitamin D from cholesterol. The sun's ultraviolet rays hit cholesterol in the skin cells, providing energy in the form of vitamin D, and this is how the vitamin D is synthesized in our body. Vitamin D or calciferol is also called as the sunshine vitamin. Two biological precursors, that is provitamins, they are 7-dehydrocholesterol and ergosterol, are present in the skin. It so happens that under the influence of UV rays, each undergoes a chemical change forming vitamin D3 and vitamin D2. Vitamin D3 is known as cholecalciferol and vitamin D2 is known as ergocalciferol. The physiochemical reaction appears to convert only 5 to 15% of the available 7-dehydrocholesterol to vitamin D3. That efficiency is affected by the physical properties of the skin and of the environment. Thus, it differs between individuals and species, and it shows great variation according to time of day, season, and latitude. So, it depends on what kind of environment the person is in, what kind of skin the person has. So, accordingly, the efficiency of vitamin D will happen in that person's body. Vitamin D plays very important role in many processes happening throughout the body. Most well understood function of vitamin D is in the absorption of calcium from the small intestine. Absorbing calcium. So when we are talking about absorbing calcium, vitamin D along with calcium helps build bones and keep bones strong and healthy. So when vitamin D is inadequate, calcium from the diet is poorly absorbed. So you basically need vitamin D for the absorption of calcium in the body. So they go hand in hand. So if you have to have a good calcium content in the body, you have to have good vitamin D in the body. So vitamin D, for that you have to go to the sun and take the sun bath. Another well characterized and important role of vitamin D is to maintain appropriate levels of calcium and phosphate in the blood to ensure proper bone formation, mineralization, growth, and repair. So, vitamin D has other roles such as to improve muscle strength and immune function and to reduce inflammation. So, when we see all this, we understand how important is vitamin D for our body. Now, coming to deficiency part of vitamin. So, we will be learning about what happens when there is a deficiency of vitamin D in children and adults. So, to start with, in children, infants are majorly at risk for vitamin D deficiency because of relatively large vitamin D needs due to the high rate of skeletal growth. Basically, the skeleton needs to grow, so they need the skeleton means is made up of calcium, so they need to have vitamin D in good amount. Breastfed infants are particularly at risk because of low concentration of vitamin D in human milk. So they are basically dependent of milk from their mothers, and it doesn't have or it doesn't suffices. So another reason can be restriction in exposure to sunlight. If they are not able to go to the sunlight or they are not made to have ample amount of sunlight, that can aggravate the conditions. So, undermineralization of bone causes soft and deformed bones and can lead to the condition known as rickets. Rickets is difficult to diagnose in the early stages. So, when children develop rickets, their legs become too weak to hold their weight, resulting in bowed legs, which often persist in adulthood also. So, crawling and sitting is delayed and there is bulging of the forehead. It is often combined with swelling of wrists, knee, and ankle joints. Walking is delayed due to above conditions. It also leads to poorly developed muscles, restlessness, and irritability. Other symptoms are delayed closure of skull, basically softening of skull in infants. So that also happens, and this is how the rickets affects the infants. In adults, women are especially at risk of osteomalacia and osteoporosis. This is how osteomalacia people with bowed legs they look like, adults basically. Osteomalacia is the adult form of rickets and leads to impaired mobility and bone fractures. There is softening and demineralization of bones, leading to deformities of legs, spine, and pelvis part. As the bones soften, way may cause bowing of the long bones. It also leads to general weakness and difficulty in walking. So in this figure you can see when the osteoporosis happens, how the bones they start becoming porous. Porous means having some kind of gaps. So the calcium content is reducing day by day. The possible reasons may be repeated pregnancies, inadequate intake, menopause, and even less exposure to sunshine, and the reason can be even Purdah system at some places. So when we talk about toxicity of vitamin D, the adverse effects of high vitamin D intake includes hypercalciuria and hypercalcemia. Hypercalciuria is excessive excretion of calcium in urine, and hypercalcemia is high concentration of calcium in blood. So when I talk about toxicity of vitamin D, the adverse effects of vitamin D intake includes like hypercalciuria, that is excessive excretion of calcium in urine, and hypercalcemia, that is high concentration of calcium in blood. Toxicity may occur in individuals on excessive vitamin D supplementation. So like if somebody is having vitamin D supplements and in excess amount, if a doctor has it prescribed for a few months and a person has continuously had for years, and then he may develop some signs and symptoms of anorexia, nausea, vomiting, followed by polyuria, polydipsia, and pruritus. In some cases it can happen like that too. So polyuria is a kind of condition where the body urinates more than usual and passes excessive or abnormally large amount of urine each time they urinate. So it's defined as a frequent passage of large volumes of urine, more than 3 liters a day, compared to the normal daily urine output in adults of about 1 to 2 liters. And what is polydipsia? It's a medical name for the feeling of extreme thirst. So it's often linked to urinary condition that causes you to urinate a lot. This can make your body feel a constant need to replace the fluids lost in urination. It can also be caused by physical processes that cause you to lose a lot of fluid. This can include sweating during exercise, eating a high salt diet, or taking drugs that cause you to pass a lot of fluid such as diuretics. When pruritus happens, the body becomes very itchy. You want to scratch a lot. So that is the condition in this kind of problem. So coming to the part of sources of vitamin D, the major source of vitamin D is sunlight. It is therefore known as sunshine vitamin, as I've already told. So food sources mainly include animal sources such as egg yolk, liver, fish oils. Oils are mostly fortified with vitamin A and D. Fortified means they are made in such a way that has inclusion of vitamin A and D in them. And then many breakfast cereals are also fortified with vitamin D. Nowadays, so many companies, they have come up with kind of cereals where vitamin D is included. So they have made it in such a way. Then milk and milk products such as cheese, butter, curd, etc. contain little amount of vitamin D.